Long ago, in the land of Israel, there was a valley where courage was tested, and fear ruled the hearts of men. The armies of Israel and the Philistines stood at a standstill, separated by a great ravine. On one side, the Israelites trembled behind their shields. On the other, the Philistines stood bold, led by their terrifying champion, a giant named Goliath. Towering over 9 feet tall, with armor like a fortress and a voice that roared like thunder, Goliath taunted Israel daily. "Choose a man to fight me," he bellowed. "If he wins, we will serve you, but if I win, you will serve us." For 40 days, his challenge went unanswered. Fear had paralyzed the hearts of Israel's warriors. But one day, an unlikely hero arrived, a boy named David, armed not with swords or shields but with a fearless heart and unshakable faith in God. David, the youngest son of Jesse, had come to the battlefield to deliver food to his older brothers. As he approached the camp, he heard Goliath's booming voice echo through the valley. The soldiers trembled and whispered among themselves. But David was outraged. "Who is this uncircumcised Philistine that he should defy the armies of the living God?" he asked. His boldness caught the attention of King Saul, and David was brought before him. "I will fight this giant," David declared. Saul looked at the boy, astonished. "You are just a shepherd," he said. But David replied, "The Lord who delivered me from the paw of the lion and the bear will deliver me from this Philistine." Saul reluctantly agreed and offered David his armor. But the armor was heavy, and David could barely move in it. "I cannot fight in these," he said, setting the armor aside. Instead, David chose 5 smooth stones from a stream, placed them in his pouch, and gripped his sling tightly. With nothing but his shepherd's staff and sling, he walked down into the valley to face the giant. The soldiers of Israel and the Philistines watched in stunned silence as the boy approached the battlefield. Goliath laughed as David approached. "Am I a dog that you come at me with sticks?" he roared. But David was undeterred. "You come against me with sword and spear," he said, "but I come against you in the name of the Lord Almighty, the God of the armies of Israel, whom you have defied. This day, the Lord will deliver you into my hands." With that, David placed a stone in his sling, whirled it above his head, and let it fly. The stone sailed through the air and struck Goliath square in the forehead. The giant staggered, then collapsed with a thunderous crash. The Philistine army froze in shock. David ran to Goliath,